They hid the truth in shadows, but every heart can find its light. We heard the silence and the quiet, feelings lost behind a veil of doubt. Step by step, our voices growing, breaking chains they tried to keep us bound. Every whispered lie can't hide the hope we hold. Every gentle truth will guide us through the cold. Like dawn across the darkest night, we lift our dreams into the sky. One heart, one voice will shine the light. Together rising, we will find the why. Steps of courage move the mountains. Softest words can break the mold. In each seed of truth we're planting, see the world transform before it's cold. We gather all our hopes and dreams, reach out in love and let it be. One taught across the darkest night, we lift our dreams into the sky. One heart, one voice will shine a light. Together rising, we will find our own. Hand in hand, standing through the sky. Together rising, we will find the why.
Brian is innocent. Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is so good to see every single one of you. I am so glad on this Wednesday. This is the 1st of October, and it is exciting. This is the fantastic time of the year. I absolutely love this time of the year. So I'm going to start this stream a little different. And if you have said hello, I am going to pose a question to you, and feel free to drop it below, because this is for you. So these are just random questions. If I see your name and you dropped it, Critic Rick, this question is for you. If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? Drop it below. And welcome in, Critic Rick. Wolf Angel, good to see you. I got one for you too. What's the most unexpected path your life has taken? Drop it below. Marissa, this one's for you. What motivates you and gets you out of bed every morning? And I appreciate your comment. That's sweet. Donna Rosa, OG in the house. Do me a favor. Here's yours. If you had to give a TED Talk on something totally random, what topic would you choose? Inked Mama. What is it? Inked Mawama. Okay. Happy to see you. If you were invisible for a day, what would be the first thing you do if you were invisible for the day? Drop it below. I can't wait to see these answers. I'll review them in a minute. Lulu Bell, this one's for you, girl. What is the biggest misconception people have about you? That's yours. Rebecca, welcome in. What's the hardest truth you've had to accept? Stephanie, can you share a story you've never told anyone publicly before? Remember, this is a challenge. You don't have to answer them, but I cannot wait to see your answers. Amanda, welcome in. What's the most, who's the most influential person in your life? Karen, you are our next lucky contestant. If you had to go back 10 years, what advice would you give yourself? Grammy T, welcome in. What's your guilty pleasure TV show, movie, or snack? Name it below. what's the one question you wish people would ask more often? And the last one is True to It Connections. And here's one for you. Who do you look up in your field if you are in any professional capacity? Drop it below. And those are our random people questions of the day. I hope you guys answer below. We'll review them in a little bit. And let me just welcome in everyone else. Good to see you. Good to see you. Christine, good to see you. Mary, welcome in. Dina, welcome in. Les, good to see you, honey. Grammy T, I hope she addresses why she is no longer working with Birdie. Well, who made that rumor up? I'll address that in a heartbeat. So a couple of weeks ago, actually go all the way back to, let me look at my calendar. Hold on. Go all the way back to, and let me address this question in a different way too, because a lot of people came here from the OG TikTok group, and Birdie and I had gone live for a couple months, probably since March, on talking the IDAHO4 case. But obviously, seasons change. I had some responsibilities I had to take care of that came first. And I told Birdie that I would be a guest on his show whenever he desired. And basically, with my life changes, I had some responsibilities that came first. So I don't go live after 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you've noticed, my hard stop is at 5. And Birdie goes on at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is his time. That is my family time. So that is why I no longer did. And that was through the end of the summer season for me, which worked perfect with my schedule. But since then, I've chosen to kind of put my family first, and he definitely knows that. I didn't have to explain it to anybody, but since everybody keeps asking and my business is so important to know, there you go. You're not late, Wicca Wicca. Come on in. Maybe because she's just focused on her channel. No, I was really focused on my channel before that. I mean, I've got 36,000 followers on TikTok. I have, God, I don't know how many I have here. I know in the first 30 days I had over 5,000 people here. So I am, no, I haven't seen her in a while. As a matter of fact, I was on Birdie on TikTok Live just a couple of Fridays ago. So I appreciate that, Marissa. Love it, girl. Love it. It is October. Yes, I love fall. She's dealing with other things right now. Hey, Avery, welcome in. Thank you. My mods, you guys are so amazing. Good to know. Not attacking. No, I'm not attacking anyone. I know you're not attacking me. I know you're a good person. There's a lot of good people still out there left in this world. My kids and family are my motivation. Love it, Marissa. Absolutely love it. Yes, I would have to agree. I'm sure many of you here in the nest would agree. Sisterhood Tribe, love it. Hello, welcome in, honey. Swamp Side, welcome in. I'd be going to that prison if I was invisible. I love it. I love these answers. Welcome in, girls. Welcome in. Yeah, if I could be a fly on the wall, right? My mother is also a big part of my life, fighting for her justice. Freaking men to that. I'm here listening. Busy little bee, but behave. Oh, yes, we will behave. Promised. Medicated cotton candy. All right. You got it, girl. Never doubt your actions. Nope, not one bit. Can we please not talk about rumors? Oh, I love rumors sometimes, Les. I like to set the record straight. Good evening. I love you, and it's been addressed. Oh, absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you. That's Christina. Oh, good old Christina, boy. Christina, don't be telling lies about me, and I won't tell the truth about you, girl. I'm telling you. Okay, Lulu Bell, here's an answer. People think because I am short, I am underestimated constantly. Oh, I can so relate, Lulu Bell. I have my father's temperament. If I get angry, they'll find out real fast that I hold my own. Short and I love it. Woo, short and feisty. All righty. Let's see. Anybody else have answers? I don't call anyone out, but I'm sick and tired of having to explain this every day. Amanda B, girl, you do not have to fight my battles, but I love you for it. You got my back, my front, my side, my top, my bottom, and I surely appreciate you every single day. And if I haven't told you today, Thank you so much. Okay, here it goes. I left my sister's wedding, went home. My brother caught me and my boyfriend at the time in the bathtub. Holy freaking moly. If that's not a Phoenix fireball, I don't know what would be. I'll bet you guys. Okay, well, that's a bit of truth for you. Let's just hear that one.
Truth ignites us from inside. Hear the roar. We'll never run. We'll never hide. Phoenix drops fireballs of truth, flames that scorch.
Okay, there's a fireball of truth just for you, girlfriend Stephanie. Oh, your brother caught you in the bathroom. Okay, that's classic. We all care about you. Well, thank you so much. Hey, hi, Haley. Good to see you. I found something quite interesting about the house. Woo, Wicca Wicca, you're on it. I'd love to know. Lulu Bell, I'm short too. Okay, we got another shorty. Hey, love all you nesters. Great. Now that we've just, Grammy T, thank you. I didn't take it as an offense. I've been addressing that rumor here and there, but I'm glad we were able to share 100%. Hi from Colorado. Love Colorado, girl. Oh my gosh. Red Rocks, the amphitheater. Oh, I'd love to see my favorite band out there of all time. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. As a mom, also get that. Just miss, but you can catch you on your channel. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Birdie's doing some new things, and I think he's doing really good. They really work well together. Yeah, Brian is innocent. We definitely know that. Drop a 1 if you know Brian Koberger is factually innocent. Absolutely. I've always wondered about something, and I questioned since the first drop of the crime scene photos because something in particular stood out to me. Well, shout it out. You've got the attention. Drop it below. We'll go ahead and highlight that. I'm 4'11". I'm 5'1". I'm shrinking. Same, Lulu Bell. Okay, you got some shorties in the house here. Let's hear it, Wicca Wicca. Hey, people talk so much shit about Phoenix. I must be hot because for them to keep my name in their mouth, woo, my ears don't even burn anymore. Let them talk shit. Phoenix can hold her own. Come, let's go at it toe to toe. I'll debate you. Family comes first. It sure does. How silly. Yep. Okay. So, oh my God, caught you. Got by your mom. I love it. YouTube is a stupidness. I wonder that every single day it brings out the real life crazies. I wonder. Shit was super embarrassing. Oh my gosh. I stowed away on the USS Monticello. No, you did not, girlfriend. Holy moly. How did you get away with that one, Grammy T? That would be a story of a lifetime. Send me an email and I'll feature your story. If anything that you just shared with me today, I'll do one whole segment on featured stories of the nesters and see how much interest we can get in that. Hey, welcome from Wyoming. Hello from Africa. Wow. Okay, let's see if anybody else answered their question. Hi. 111 Birdie and are they having? I knew it. I knew they were going to have a little birdie. Didn't I predict this almost a couple months ago? And that is why they're having major detox. They are detoxing their bodies because they're getting prepared for that little birdie. I love it. Yes, all my overseas people, my Canadian friends. I'm 5'10". Okay. I look nice, short, and innocent, but if my temper, I got my Italian blood temper. Okay. All right. Phoenix loves God, Jesus, and I admire. Absolutely. Amen. I did it from Portland to San Diego, a rotten teen. What did they do? Throw you off the ship, ship you back home? How did you get home when you were a teen? That is interesting. I want to hear more about that story, Grammy. Right now, we're gonna tune our ears and our listening ears to let's do a live dig on the frats. And I'm going to start with Hunter Johnson. Now, I'm going to throw up my banner, my disclaimer. Remember, the intent of this channel is to provide information, educational, commentary, entertainment purposes only. My opinions, you can express yours in the chat. You have the freedom of free speech, First Amendment. I am big on constitutional rights, 1, 2, 14, 6, fair trial, all rolled into one. And, you know, I believe a lot of people do still believe in the Constitution. You know, that's what our country was founded on. And we, the people, have to make sure we hold those in power accountable. Doesn't mean that they walk all over us. It means that they have to follow the Constitution of the United States. If not, we are in big, deep trouble. And in the IDAHO4 case that we discussed, and we have been discussing, this has been one of the biggest issues that I've seen from a legal standpoint. You know, there are laws in place. If you don't know anything about the justice system, you should learn more. If you want to learn more, definitely hit the thumbs up, like this channel. Follow me, because you're going to get a little bit here and there where you can gather all that information. Now, I'm big on bringing truth and facts, okay? Receipts matter. Receipts matter. They don't lie. People lie. Receipts don't. So make sure that you know, if this is not the stream for you, this is your bow out moment. We love you. Feel free to listen to us anytime. But if it's not the stream for you, move on. We're not here to bash or rumor or nothing. So let's do this. Let's all agree that Bryan Kohberger is factually innocent. If you have not seen the website created for all the documents for you to review on your own with your own two eyes, it is justiceforall, FOURALL.com. Feel free to go give it a look. You can see everything in this website. You can donate to keep this website going if you can afford a couple of dollars. Feel free to leave a super sticker. All the donations will go to keeping this website live. There are some things you can purchase on this website, but there is a donation button also. Please consider that. You can see the FBI reports. You can see the analysis, no connection. You can see videos and more. Feel free. So let's jump into it. One thing that I've noticed, and we're going to review this very quickly. It is on double speed for the sake of time here. And I really want you to take a listen at what some of these videos say that I'm going to show you. Now, I've prepared this, but we're going to do a live dig. Any question that you have regarding Hunter Johnson, drop it below in the chat. I am watching the chat, and we are going to collectively gather some information so that we can share proper information. And I am going to put this information on the website under the Bryan Kohberger case. Now, there's some other things on our website. There's the Tyler Robinson affidavit in regards to CK. There are some other documents up there for the Innocent Projects and autism and other things. But I'm going to put this up here because there has been so much misinformation on this young man, Hunter Johnson, and I'm going to bring that to your attention. We are going to review this footage. I'm going to give you a faux, and I'm saying it very clearly, a faux investigative takeaway from his interview. But first, I want you to watch this video with me. This is going to be important.
Hunter had enough courage to tell them to call the police for not a real reason. He worded it very nicely. He said, tell them there's an unconscious person. Hunter saved all of us extreme trauma by not letting us know anything. Hunter had...
So I want you to listen to this very first part.
Enough courage to tell them to call the police for not a real reason.
Emily gives you the whole case right there. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to share a document that I prepared, and I'm sure you've seen this before. I'm sure you've seen the information before. Let's try this again. It doesn't want to screen. Hold on, let me grab it. All right, here we go. Where is my picture? Okay, this picture right here. Now, I want to preface this. They didn't conspire to call and lie 911. I don't believe that, and I'm going to tell you why. This is from the court documents. The text between DM and BF from 210 calling the texting the Uber driver. The Uber driver replies, and then Madison calls Bethany at 2:53. I believe between 2:53 and 3:50, this is when these crimes occurred for Maddie and Kaylee. Now, I don't agree to Xana and Ethan. There's a different timeline for Xana and Ethan, and we'll get into that another day. I've always stated that from the beginning. Xana and Ethan were last seen at 1:45 a.m., and they were never seen again until the police document they're in their bedroom. I believe, in my humble opinion, my own theory is that they were carried back into the room already deceased. Now, I'll say that again. That is my own theory and my humble opinion, alleged. Now, between 2:13 and, between 2:53 and 3:51 is when the unalivings happened for Kaylee and Maddie. Now, if you scroll down all the way to my timeline, at 11:50 in the morning, right here, 11:50 in the morning, DM calls Emily and the friends arrive. At 11:56, just 6 minutes later, they were not in the house that long, but Ethan told them to get out of the house. He saved them from seeing Xana and Ethan. And by the way, I believe, in my humble opinion, that Xana and Ethan, I'm just going to say this, allegedly had body parts missing. And you're probably going to say, what the frick did Phoenix just say? I'm going to have another live about that. You want to tune in to understand and listen to what I have to say. It's in the autopsy report, folks. Just some people are not looking deeper, okay? And I'll point it out directly to you. And then you'll be like, no shit, Sherlock. How in the world did we miss this? Okay. Now, when you begin to look and break down the text and the calls and watch Hunter's movements in his interrogation video, how many of you have seen the video? Drop a 1. Drop a 1 if you've seen Hunter's interrogation video, because I'm going to break it down for you today. I'm going to break it down. Okay. There's probably going to be some things you didn't notice. And if you did, great. If you didn't, I'm going to throw it up here. We're going to watch it. It's in double mode play, but the important parts I'm going to stop. All right. Here we go.
So what's your first name? And what's your middle initial?
So some of this is redacted.
And what's a good phone number for you? And what's a good address for you?
Now, see and notice how he's slouched right now? He's relaxed. He's comfortable. Okay? And this is the inconsistency, because when he begins to talk, watch how he sits upright, shifts his shoulders away at key moments to the questions, and then he distances himself when he becomes uncomfortable. Watch his behaviors.
Okay. So you do not live at the house, right?
No.
Okay. So what do you got for me? What do you
It was like right around noon, maybe just before then, and called my girlfriend that
So he's got the shaky leg,
she thought something was not right in her house, and she heard and saw me
hands in his pocket.
and in their house last night, and she wanted us to come over to like make sure everything was okay because they just locked themselves in their in.
So he says they just lock themselves in the, and then he stops.
Is what they said, and so I was the first one to get over there.
That's what they said.
I left pretty quickly because I just wanted to make sure, and I got over there and walked up the stairs, and I immediately went into Xana's room, which was the only room I went into. I went up the stairs, saw them. Were pretty uncontrollably crying and didn't know what was going on, and I told them to get out of the house and call the cops. And I went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife from the drawer because I didn't know if someone was still in the house or not.
Now, in the beginning of this case, they said it was A, a crime of passion, and B, the coroner said it was a butcher knife. Yes, folks, in the beginning of this case, those were the two main things that were talked about and shut down very quickly after the first press conference.
And I grabbed the knife. It's probably still on the little table they have in the living room area.
Downstairs.
Like in the middle, like where the kitchen level, that level.
There's like a little area there.
Yeah,
So
there's an area, and I put the knife there after, but I grabbed the knife, and I went into the room, and I checked like the closet and everything to make sure there was no one in there, and it didn't seem like anyone was in there. And then I...
There's a lot of redaction right here.
Okay.
And I... Shoot, I'm forgetting his name. Sorry, this is just a lot. What's his name?
I don't know if he was laughing or he was uncomfortable, but see how his hand comes out behind his head and he's like trying to remember.
That's his name. They all came into the house. They were coming up the stairs, and I told them, get out. They do not want to come in. They need to get out. And that's when you guys roughly showed up around the scene, was when I told them to get out.
Yeah, okay.
And even though they blurred out his head and his face, you can tell by his fidginess. Is that even a word? Fidginess. Fidgety. Look how much he moves his head.
And then one of the policemen came, and I showed him where I saw them, and he just said, stay where you're at, and I said, okay. And I didn't know if there were any more people upstairs, so I didn't go up there.
Okay.
The cops came as soon as...
What, did you go to this party last night?
No.
Okay.
I was talking with Ethan. I have text from him most of the night. We were talking because he wanted me to come, and I didn't really want to walk all the way over there.
Absolutely. I just want to say and stop this, and I want you guys to hear this. What Hunter witnessed, the poor kid, he will never be able to unsee it, basically. He's devastated. He wants to cry. I believe that 100%, and I'm going to show you why in a minute.
Yeah.
The text messages, were they just through Messenger, or they through...
Just, yeah, normal message. iMessage or whatever.
You got your phone on you?
No, I can go grab it, though.
Where is it?
It's just in there.
I'll do that in a sec. So how do you know Ethan?
I met him during Rush,
Now remember, that was true. He met Ethan during Rush. He wanted Ethan to join his sorority, which Hunter was not in Sigma Chi. And we'll do part of this live dig, but I don't think Hunter ever returned to finish college there.
college. It's where you like try to go into a house.
Is Ethan part of a fraternity? He is. Okay.
Yeah. And I met him there during Rush, and I've known him ever since the fall of last year.
Okay. Are you in a fraternity now?
I'm a grad student. I don't live in the house anymore, but I was in.
Okay. Is that what they call whatever it was?
Oh, that's a sorority.
That's a different one.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know any of these names.
It's totally okay.
Okay. So, your girlfriend.
Yep.
Right. So she gets a call from around noonish.
Yep.
Basically says that there was somebody in the house. She tells you, so you head over to the place.
Yeah, it was on speakerphone, so me all heard it, and
okay.
we all kind of got up and were gonna go check on him.
And keep in mind that this document is absolutely correct. This is from the court document, extracted information. So at 11:50, DM calls Emily. That was accurate what he said. But BF calls 911 at 11:56. I don't know how BF called 911. I don't know if DM had her phone, but we know that Bethany pulls up. Maybe she was looking for a parking spot, but I just found that was a little odd. But let's finish watching Hunter.
The same sorority? Is that how they know each other?
Yeah, they're also roommates.
Okay. And where's, I mean, is he just...
He's in a fraternity, but he is like seeing right now. So he was just saying he stayed the night over at their apartment. I stayed there and she stayed there. So I was in her room and he was in her room.
Okay. What time...
So Hunter says, I want to point out, he says he's a grad student. Okay, so yes, he finished school. I don't think he finished out his studies at U of I, specifically after the events. And I'm going to show you why.
I'm trying to figure out who's who now. Did not go to the party last night, right?
No.
That was what I'm thinking of. There was another vowel in there that was going to... Okay, so you didn't go to the party?
No.
You guys just hang out?
Yeah, they
okay.
go over there.
Okay. And then other than, you walked up the stairs, and...
When I walked into the house and like entered the code to get into the house, they were in the room, which is on the very bottom floor, like right next to the main
front, right?
Yeah. So they heard me come in and they like were like, oh my god, and I was like, it's just what's going on. Okay. And that's when I walked upstairs and they're like, we don't know what's going on. And I checked it out. And
how'd you get the code to the door?
We just know it because we're all friends.
Okay. When was the last time that you were over at?
The last time before today was yesterday.
Okay. And what were you doing there yesterday?
We were pre-gaming the football game for the families.
Gotcha. Was Emily there?
No, she was at work at the football game.
Okay. What time did you get to you guys left at Game Town to get some?
What time did we get there?
Yeah.
I would say it was roughly either noon or 1. Okay. Like somewhere around there.
And what time did you guys leave?
We left their house and went to a different apartment at the White Sox. I would say roughly like 2:30.
Okay.
And then everyone left and there was no one there.
Okay.
We all left together.
So last time you were there was 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time I was there?
The night before.
Okay.
Like the night before yesterday.
So that would be what, Friday night?
Yes, Friday night.
Okay. So you walk in the door, and they are in the bedroom down the first floor.
Yep.
Obviously, they're kind of freaked out, and you see them.
Mm-hmm.
You head upstairs.
Yep.
Hit that open area where the kitchen and all that stuff is.
Yeah, like where the couches are. I walk in, and then I look into Xana's room because the door was like somewhat open.
Okay.
And then I like opened it, and then I saw that, and I told them to get out and call the cops
Okay.
because it seemed because I didn't know what I was seeing. Like the.
Remember, this is redacted, guys. It's not the audio cutting out. Well, the audio is cutting out.
And then I told them to get out.
Right. Anybody that you know that has it out or has a problem with even Ethan and Xana? How long have they been dating? Do you know? Has it been a minute?
Yeah, they've been dating for a little bit.
Okay.
I want to say they've been dating. They were dating for like, I would say 8 months.
Okay.
Probably.
No problem with Xana's ex or with Ethan have an ex?
He did, but she doesn't go here.
Okay, so maybe not anyone. Okay.
I don't know anyone who would have it out for.
How well did you know Xana and, or not Xana, sorry, Maddie and Kaylee?
I knew Xana very well just because we were all friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were all friends together and friends with Xana for a long time.
Yes.
Maddie, I like could be acquaintances with. I didn't really like know her that well. I just saw her at her house every once in a while. I would say hi and have conversations with her.
Okay.
But I didn't really know her super well. Like I knew Ethan and Xana.
Right.
And then Kylie, I didn't know really at all.
Okay. You weren't around seeing anything. That's nothing on.
And I want to stop it right there because obviously I've pointed this out before. If you've ever watched Xana's videos, you will know that Xana was friends. I have a little chart. I've got Xana at the top and who her friends were. Her friends were, obviously, I'll show you a video of Xana's again. And keep this in mind when he's talking. He doesn't even know Kaylee's real name. But it'll make sense in a minute. This video I've shared before. I've slowed it down. Dylan is in there. Bethany's in there. Hunter's in there. Showalter's in there. Saeed is in there. I don't know if Charlie was in there. Read up more. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. But when we slow these pictures down, David Loach was in there. I can't remember this kid's name. I think it's Jeb. There's a couple of other kids in here. When you slow it down, then you know the people that Xana hung out with. Now remember, Xana did not live in this location. There's Hunter Chapin. Xana did not live in this location the year prior. Only Maddie did. So remember, when you see them in these pictures, this was the party crowd that Hunter hung out with. Xana, Ethan, Hunter, Loach, Showalter. They were a close-knit bunch of partiers, right? They knew each other. They hung out together. They partied together. But keep in mind, Kaylee and Maddie were older. They lived in the same house. That doesn't mean they were all good friends. Okay. Yeah, David B's in there. There's a couple of other people that are in there. So when I say this, I want you to remember they all move in, and Kaylee and Maddie aren't even home when these nighttime parties start happening. When they're not there, they're called on the phone. The only time I saw Kaylee there was at the party with Hunter Johnson, and they're out on the back porch and they're talking to the cops because of the noise complaints they kept getting. Okay, I don't know what happened, but can you hear me now? I have not had that happen in quite some time. Drop a 1 if you can hear me. We're going to go back and I'm going to load it up real quick because it just cut out. Haven't had that happen to me in quite some time. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go back. We're going to go.
I stayed there and she stayed there. So I was in her room and he was in her room.
Okay. What time? So, trying to, did not go to the party last night, right?
No.
That was what I'm thinking of. There was another Valmy in there that was going to. Okay, so you didn't go to the party?
No.
You guys just hang out?
Yeah, they go over there.
Okay. And then other than, you walked up the stairs, and
when I walked into the house and entered the code to get into the house, they were in the room, which is on the very bottom floor, right next to the main.
To the front, right?
Yeah. And they heard me come in and they were like, oh my god, and I was like, it's just what's going on. Okay. And that's when I walked upstairs and they're like, we don't know what's going on. And I checked it out. And
how'd you get the code to the door?
We just know it because we're all friends.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what Bethany said. Bethany in her statements listed every single individual that had the code to that house.
When was the last time that you were over at?
The last time before today was yesterday.
Okay.
They're talking about when he spent the night. Hold on, I'll go back.
We all heard it, and we all kind of got up and we're gonna go check on him.
The same sorority? Is that how they know each other?
Yeah, they're also roommates.
Okay. And where's is he?
He's in a fraternity, but he is like seeing right now. So he was just saying he stayed the night over at their apartment. I stayed there, and she.
Okay, did you hear it?
So, your girlfriend?
Yep.
Right? So she gets a call from around noonish.
Yep.
Basically says that there was somebody in the house. She tells you, so you head over to the place.
Yeah, it was on speakerphone, so me all heard it, and we all kind of got up and we're gonna go check on him.
The same sorority? Is that how they know each other?
Yeah, they're also roommates.
And here's the odd thing, guys, is back in the early days, remember, I was watching, collecting information, not sharing until I had more court documents, which is quite normal for people who do not speculate. Now, when you remember in the beginning, I don't know if you knew this, but there was allegedly some type of golf event that Hunter was going over to get Ethan, and Emily was called by Dylan, and they were going to go over there anyways. And that's what the original story that I heard. I don't know if it was accurate, but yeah, they said Ethan had his own apartment, but I don't know where that was ever located.
Okay. And where's is he?
He's in a fraternity, but he is like seeing right now. So he was just saying he stayed the night over at their apartment. I stayed there, and she stayed there. So I was in her room, and he was in her room.
Okay. What time? So, I'm trying to figure out who's who now. Did not go to the party last night, right?
No.
That was what I'm thinking of. There was another ball.
So did you hear the detective ask, you didn't go to the party that night? So apparently, in my humble opinion, the reason the detective was asking that, allegedly there was a party back at the house that night. And what you're seeing in the house in the pictures from the ISP release of the photos is actually the leftover remnants of that party on Saturday night that was taken back to the house. Now, when I say that, mind you, in this college town, everybody's getting ready to leave for the holidays. There is a after party after certain bars close, and people usually keep partying until 4 a.m. So I'm told by some of the locals. Okay. So when you think about what he's saying, the detective says basically, so you weren't at the party. I hope you guys heard him say that.
Oh, you know that was going to. Okay, so you didn't go to the party?
No.
You just hung out?
Yeah, they didn't go there.
You didn't go to the party. You just hung out over at Emily's place.
Okay. And then other than you walked up the stairs
when I walked into the house and like entered the code to get into the house, they were in the room, which is on the.
So he entered the code to get into the house. They were on the bottom floor. They, meaning Dylan and Bethany, were actually inside. So whether they called them over and they were outside and then they went back inside, set up the look, I'm not sure. But listen to what Hunter says closely.
Very bottom floor, like right next to the main
front, right?
Yeah. And they heard me come in and they like were like, oh my god, and I was like, it's just what's going on.
Okay.
And that's when I walked upstairs and they're like, we don't know what's going on. And I checked it out. And
how'd you get the code to the door?
We just know it because we're all friends.
Okay.
We know it because we're all friends. He's friends with Xana and Ethan, not so much Maddie and Kaylee. He knows Dylan. He knows Dylan and Bethany.
When was the last time that you were over at?
The last time before today was yesterday.
Okay. And what were you doing over there yesterday?
We were pre-gaming the football game for the families.
Gotcha. Was that there?
No, she was at work at the football game.
What time did you get to, and you guys left at Game Town to get some?
What time did we get there?
Yeah.
I would say it was roughly either noon or 1,
Okay.
like somewhere around there.
And what time did you guys leave?
We left their house and went to a different apartment at the White Ads. I would say roughly like 2:30.
Okay.
And then everyone left and there was no one there.
Okay.
We all left together.
So last time you were there was 2:30. When was the last time I was there?
The night before.
Okay.
Like the night before yesterday.
So that would be what, Friday night?
Yes, Friday night.
Okay. So you walk in the door, and they are in the bedroom down the first floor.
Yep.
Obviously, they're kind of freaked out, and you see them. You head upstairs,
Yep.
hit that open area where the kitchen and all that stuff is.
Yeah, like where the couches are. I walk in and I look into Xana's room because the door was like somewhat open.
Okay.
And then I like opened it, and then I saw that and I told them to get out and call the cops
Okay.
because it seemed because I didn't know what I was seeing. Like the. And then I told them to
Get out.
Get out.
Right. Anybody that you know that has it out or has a problem with Ethan and Xana? How long have they been dating? Do you know? Has it been a minute?
Yeah, they've been dating for a little bit.
Okay.
I want to say they've been dating. They were dating for like, I would say 8 months
Okay.
probably.
No problem with Xana's ex or with Ethan have an ex?
He did, but she doesn't go here.
Okay, so they're not anyone. Okay.
I don't know anyone who would have it out for them.
How well did you know Xana and, or not Xana, sorry, Maddie and Kaylee?
I knew Xana very well just because we were all friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all friends together and I've been friends with Xana for a long time. Maddie, I like could be acquaintances with. I didn't really like know her that well. I just saw her at her house every once in a while. I would say hi and have conversations with her.
Okay.
But I didn't really know her super well. Like I knew Ethan and Xana.
Right.
And then Kylie, I didn't know really at all.
Okay. You weren't around seeing anything, that's not a deal. Nothing on social media, nothing's been posted, nothing going on around there.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab my phone, not my phone, my camera. If I can grab your phone, so I can grab some pictures of those. There's 2 minutes. I'll be right there.
Okay. This was the last text from yesterday. He sent this picture to me, and then I just asked if you guys are still like this. And he said, "Yep, where you at?"
Okay.
This was
Can I go back a little bit?
Sure.
Can you go that? That's the afternoon. So that's him trying to get you to go to the
This
party? Or is that him getting you to
this
the
part right here was to go to the pregame at Santa this in their house.
Gotcha.
This was the pregame, and then this was I was asking about that party that night.
Right. I'm just gonna grab it.
And his contact info.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else you can think of? Anything that maybe talking about over the last couple of weeks that maybe you probably remember?
No, I can't think of anything honestly.
Okay. Who else? I don't know anybody out there, so it's kind of weird for me to say, hey, I'll just take the next number. You know, server number 4 now, whatever it is. It's kind of gay. Who else out there should I talk to sooner than others that I didn't get maybe them on their way and go to their...
You already talked to her, right? I'm pretty sure someone already talked
I think
to her.
so.
And then I already talked to.
I talked to Dylan.
There's the our Ethan's twins.
Okay. And what was the other one? So we have 2. Okay.
Didn't go into the house.
Okay.
I don't think he would be much help, but you could talk to him if you wanted.
Okay.
Also didn't go into the house really. Like I told him to get out as soon as they got in. I was walking up the stairs, but I told her to get out. I'm the only one that I know saw anything.
Okay.
Like at least
Right.
I don't think them saw it because they were too scared to like go check it out.
Okay. And I will see if I can talk to them both.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Obviously, if there's anything that pops up, you know, with a kind of an event like this that's traumatic, a lot of times things will just kind of get tossed around or whatever. So if something pops up later on down the road, you know, obviously give us a call, give us a shout. Regardless of what it is, sometimes you'll just be staring at some french fries and someone will come back in.
Okay.
Or obviously if you hear something pops up on social media, then call the department, let us know.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else I need to know?
I don't think so.
So one thing to remember is this is not a full-blown interrogation. Okay, this is just an inquiry. They're not interrogating. This is an interview. It's to gather information. The first step is, hey, I'm your best friend. I'm gonna tell me everything you know. I'm gonna be your best friend. But the moment I suspect that you are a suspect, I am going to bear down and interrogate the heck out of you. And typically in an interview, you'll see one detective with one individual. In an interrogation, you'll see two detectives with one individual. So let's clear the room on that one. So why do I think that Hunter is not involved? I'm going to show you a video. I want you to keep an open mind. Let's watch this together.
Were two of the first people to arrive at the King Road house that November morning. These are the friends who prompted the 911 call. Their actions described by other families as heroic. But for them, it was a morning that changed everything. And they're speaking out for the first time about what they want people to remember about their friends. It's not just about how they died, but about how they lived.
You know, you see the world in pure innocence, and that all gets ripped away from you in one phone call. That's just the day that changed it all.
This morning, for the first time, the best friends of Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle speaking out about that November day when they discovered Ethan, Xana, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Madison Mogan brutally murdered in an off-campus home.
I don't think anyone expects anything like that ever in their life to happen.
Hunter Johnson and his girlfriend Emily Allant now telling their story in a new Prime Video docu-series, One Night in Idaho, The College Murders.
We were a big group of friends. Why would you target those four?
Emily says she and Xana were inseparable.
We were attached at the hip probably the first day that we met. Yeah, we just clicked immediately. We were same personalities, I feel like.
I love it when people talk about Ethan and Xana sort of being like male and female versions of each other.
Oh, it's very much true. They were the same person.
Hunter and Emily say the fall weekend started like any other with a big football game. The friends snapping this photo that Saturday.
It was a normal weekend for us, just hanging out with our friends.
The next morning, Emily says Dylan, one of the surviving roommates, called her concerned, asking her and Hunter to come over.
In the documentary, you tell the story of really not feeling alarmed when Dylan called you.
I joked around with her on the phone, you know. It's something you would never expect.
It's November, so I had shorts on, slides on. Like, I wasn't prepared to obviously stay there. I was just going over to check, see what's going on. I would say as soon as you get there, you know something's wrong.
Hunter was the first person to arrive to King Road. To discover what happened, their friend Josie Louderin, who was also there, describing the moments in the docuseries.
As soon as I stepped in the house, I was like, oh, something is so not right. Like, you could feel it almost. Hunter was ahead of me and Emily and immediately was pushed out, and Hunter was like, get out, somebody call 911.
You hear Hunter on the 911 call telling the girls there was an unconscious person.
And we just heard why he said there was an unconscious person. And I'm going to get to what I believe he saw.
Protecting them from the graphic details.
Is she breathing?
No.
How did you remain so calm in that moment?
Truly, in my heart, I believe God was with me that day, and he gave me the strength to get through that day.
As authorities entered the home, the friends say they were told to sit outside, waiting for hours with little information.
We watched the ambulance come and we watched them immediately leave. So I think that was a hard part for sure.
That second you realize there's no one to be saved.
Right.
Their best friends inexplicably murdered. Not knowing who was responsible or why, they feared for their own safety.
We just left to get away, be safe.
Yeah.
Is our mindset.
You didn't feel safe?
No.
In the nearly 7 weeks it took police to arrest a suspect, Emily, Hunter, and surviving roommates Dylan and Bethany became the targets of online sleuths and social media attacks.
Lots of threats, people saying I should confess to murdering them. I felt like I was less than a person in that point in my life.
On December 30th, 2022, police arrested then 28-year-old Brian Koberger. To Emily and Hunter, he was a complete stranger. Murder trial set to begin in August. His attorneys say he's innocent.
Does justice lie in a conviction?
I don't think there's gonna ever be any justice.
I mean, yeah, we can have justice for the conviction of it, but I don't get to still hang out with Ethan. So
They still don't get to.
they don't
Be
have a
with their
son. They don't
child.
have a daughter anymore.
They say they hope people remember who their friends were beyond the headlines.
Who they are as people is so much more than the IDAHO4, and they shouldn't be known as the IDAHO4, and they shouldn't be attached to, you know, the name of who did that to them. And I just think that, you know, hopefully one day that they're just seen as who they are and not what happened to them.
Yeah, Emily went on to tell me they are so much more than their last day. Now they
Now, if I told you something, would you watch this again and see it in a different light? They asked the police for protection. They were scared. They left. They saw things they knew, but they couldn't say a word. Don't you guys remember yesterday's video about sororities and frats? He was not in the same frat as Ethan. He was not in the same frat as Showalter or JD. There were different frats all involved. Now I'm going to say this with a pure non-agenda in reading the documents. I'm sure what Hunter saw has affected him 100%. I know a lot of you are saying he looks unhealthy. He looks like a blank addict. He looks like, now that could be all great for speculation, but if you don't know what stress can do to the body, especially knowing something such as this, they both were scared for their lives. They got out of town because they heard the stories. Hunter was not in his freshman year. He was not in his sophomore or his junior year. Wasn't even his senior year. He was a grad student, y'all. He knew, he saw in the last few years what happened at that college. I'm sure the horrible stories that they heard. Horrible stories. Now listen, and this is what I'm going to get to tomorrow. This autopsy says a lot about what possibly, and I'm saying possibly, in my humble opinion, Hunter saw. Xana Kernodle's written autopsy report. Two things I want to mention. They did handbags. 2 hands. One right, one left. One right, one left. And then 1 foot bag. Where was the other foot? Can anyone tell me where the other foot bag possibly is? Why is there only 1 bag on 1 foot? Where is their other foot? Other point I want to make, you have to look at the evidence that they've given us. You have to connect the dots. Did Ethan and Xana have missing body parts? I believe, in my humble opinion, yes. Yes, they did. That's just one of the pieces of evidence that I've seen that Xana's foot, her right foot, may have been missing. In my humble opinion. There was trace evidence taken from the body bag. Was she in a body bag when they found her? I don't believe so. But they do take evidence. Once they load a body into the bag, they swab the entire bag. And the reason they do that is because your body leans up against the bag when they put you in a body bag. There may be some evidence of DNA inside the body bag that they carried her in to the morgue. There's more. Way much more. Like Kaylee only had one earring, one sock. This is just a portion of what I'm going to share tomorrow. It is going to have a warning, a content warning. You may not want to hear it, but I'll share it. In my humble opinion, Hunter saw a lot, and him and Emily had to leave town. They were witness to something much horrible than we can even imagine. And they probably had an idea who was responsible. So stay tuned tomorrow. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I am off to spend time with my family as I promised them this season of our lives. So be well, and thank you every single one of you. If you drop a message in the chat, I'll show it up on the screen for y'all. Have a great night with your families and be well. See you back here tomorrow, 3:45.
Listen up, the ashes stir, phoenix wings unfurl, seeking truth beneath the blur. Turnings for the lax to meet the blur. Out the flames I rise, wings scorched but unbroken. Truth the blaze I wield, every rhyme's a token. In the nest we move, hearts stumping unison. Searching for the light where the system cuts our wisdom. Built on lies and steel, they boxed us in cages. Now we break the locks, rewrite history's pages. Innocent until proven guilty, that's the oath we recite. Under this constitution we ignite the night. We rise like a phoenix in sync, we claim the street. Nest seekers united, our freedom can't be beat. Stand up when one falls, yeah we got your back. In a free land unbroken, we launch the righteous attack. Justice for the voiceless, break the chains of deceit. Innocent till proven guilty, our victory's complete. System cracked at the seams, built for just a few. We rip apart the scheme, bring the truth into view. Movement swells like thunder, souls fueled by conviction. Phoenix souls aligned, demanding our new vision. Marching on the courthouse banners, paint the sky. Echoes of freedom roar, watch the old guard comply. No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets sold. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.